Module 6, Lesson 2, Fiber Channel Storage. At the end of this lesson, you should be able to describe uses of fiber channel with ESXi, describe fiber channel components and addressing, explain how multipathing with fiber channel works. About fiber channel. Fiber channel will store your virtual machine files remotely on a fiber channel SAN. Fiber channel SAN is a specialized high-speed network that connects your host to high-performance storage devices. The network uses the fiber channel protocol to transport SCSI traffic from the virtual machines to the fiber channel SAN devices. ESXi will support up to 32 gigabits of fiber channel, and it will support fiber channel over Ethernet. So again, what we have is we have our host, and they have HBAs, host bus adapters, that are fiber channel. So we have fiber plugging into what you'll see is a fiber SAN switch or fiber fabric switch. They will plug into that, as well as the storage array that will plug into that fiber channel switch. And you have zones configured on those switches, and that allows the fiber channel protocol to communicate over the fiber channel fabric. The SAN components, we have the storage system and the physical hard disk. Those are broken into how we do our groups in this storage system based on RAID levels of disk, or however that is. That's based on the storage array. But then again, those are broken into LUNs, logical unit numbers. And then what happens, the storage processors, and we have two for redundancy, the storage processors then connect up to the fiber channel switch. And as you can see, there's two here, fiber channel switches for redundancy. And this connects these storage processors to the fabric. On our host, we have HBAs, host bus adapters, that are connected as well. And notice each HBA goes to a different switch for redundancy. Over the fabric, they're then able to communicate over fiber channel with the storage processors, and the storage processors will use that connection to send out the LUNs. Fiber channel addressing and access control. We have a WWN. That is a worldwide name. It's unique, and it's a 64-bit address assigned to the fiber channel node. These are like a MAC address, you can think about it, and they're burned into the storage processors. Same thing with the HBAs on the host. When you get in the car to get it, that WWN is burned into it. We also can do, on the fiber channel switch, the fabric, we can have zoning, and this is used to segment the fabric. So if we created, and then, I'm just going to give an example out there, if we had a zone right here for these ports, and he's in a different zone, then this host cannot see the storage processor, but this host can. It's kind of like VLANs, same sort of idea, but if you talk to fiber channel engineers, they say they're nothing like VLANs, but they do break up the network to a segment. It's just we're not breaking it up to a network like the VLANs. Anyway. We also can do lung masking. This is done at the storage processor. When we mask a lung, we make it invisible. So when these hosts are scanned, or do a scan, and it's looking over the fiber channel network, anything it can see, let's say we want to make on this one, if we do a scan, it'll show lung 12 to everything. Well, I want to mask lung 12. So now when they scan, they won't see lung 12 because we got it masked. Multipathing with fiber channel. This allows continued access to LUNs if hardware fails. It also provides load balancing. Fiber channel over Ethernet adapters. We can have hardware or software fiber channel over Ethernet adapters. Hardware, we have a converged network adapter, and so the converged one would be, we have a adapter that's just dedicated to doing fiber channel over Ethernet. Software is, we have a NIC with fiber channel over Ethernet support. So it's like iSCSI. We take a fiber channel adapter and we enable it with fiber channel over Ethernet support. Now, it's still, even though it's not hardware, you're still going to need a NIC that has the fiber channel over Ethernet support. We're just going to use the ESXi VM kernel to initiate the fiber channel over Ethernet, and where on the hardware it's dedicated. Fiber channel over Ethernet, you still have your fiber channel SAN, but it allows the fiber channel frames to be encapsulated over IP devices, and it can travel over the LAN. To configure fiber channel over Ethernet, you connect the VM kernel to the physical fiber channel over Ethernet NIC, and that's installed on your host. The VLAN ID and priority class are discovered during the fiber channel over Ethernet initialization. The priority class is not configured in vSphere. ESXi supports the maximum of 4 network adapters used for software fiber channel over Ethernet. Step 2, we'll add the software FCOE adapter. We select the host, click the configure tab, and then storage adapters, and we click the green plus sign, and we can see right here FCOE adapter, and we select the software, there's a typo, SCOE adapter, and then we configure what we need, our port, our VLAN. Like I said in the previous slide, we can't control the priority class. That'll be done for us. And then the MAC we can't control, but that'll be the controller's MAC address. Multipathing with FCOE. Again, you'll need multiple NICs. And the NICs need to have FCOE support. And we need to give each one its own IP address on the same subnet. By now, you should be able to describe uses of fiber channel with ESXi, describe fiber channel components and addressing, and explain how multipathing with fiber channel works.